When I learn new stuff. Awesome. What's going on, guys? So check it out. We are, what I am doing is actually right now, I'm doing a special edition, late night edition podcast. Hold on, because it's back feeding. So here's the deal, guys. I wanted to take a moment and talk about this. I think it needed a special edition podcast, and I'm going to give you guys some backstory. One of the things that Derek, I'll give you this. It is a clickbait kind of title, but when I start talking about it, it's going to make perfect sense. So this is the backstory as to what happened. My buddy, Bill, who I figured would probably tune in, had made a comment or made a post about something. And then I made a comment on it, and I really, really wanted to expand because it's a thought that I've had in my head for a while now. Feel free to share this one out, let people know about it, tag your friends, whatever. But I think I understand why drag racing is failing. Now, what I mean by that is it's not that drag racing is failing as a whole. I think that a lot of stuff that's happening now as far as, like the no prep, the back half of the track, the Sayre Street stuff, like where they're trying to reproduce, the street conditions, or like Katy Dragway, where it's just like an old small town rundown track that has a cool feature. It's the straight uphill deal. I think a lot of that stuff is doing really well and is going to do incredibly well in 2019. I think that is going to be the hot ticket. But this is why I believe that drag racing is failing. And what I mean by that is, if you look, I saw somebody post a meme the other day, and this is like the skeleton in the closet that I think nobody will talk about. But somebody posted a meme the other day about what the most annoying sound in the world was. The answer was the most annoying sound in the world was the fake applause that they added to the No Prep King show when it was on TV. Because they show the cars, they show the bleachers, they're fucking empty, but you hear all this wild cheering and applause, and all of a sudden you're like, man, you gotta wake up earlier than that to fool me. But here's the reason why. I've seen it, and then this is what really got me amped up, because I was talking to my woman about it, and she was giving me information, like she's researched it and stuff as well. And when we were talking about the information, I was like, man, I've seen it time and time again, and the same thing keeps happening. What it is you end up in a situation. Bill, I'm glad that you tuned in, because I was just talking about you, because you were the whole reason why I went off on this tangent, and I'm out in my garage talking to my woman and having this crazy conversation. But so here's the deal. I talked about, the fake applause on street outlaws, and here's the problem. What happened is drag racing became very, very popular via the television, which was absolutely fantastic for the sport. When the Street Outlaws first came on, it brought new life to a sport, and this is a cigarette, bud. But what happened is it brought great viewership and excitement and everything into the sport of drag racing. Well, there's two different groups of people that watch the racing television shows, okay? One group of people is people like us, people who I imagine are watching this right now. People who watch drag racing or have watched drag racing for years. And, I just told her, I remember me and my best friend Dylan going to the track, 10 years ago, before it was on TV, everything, we went to the track. So that is one group of people that watches drag racing on television, is us, or the people I feel like us, either the racers or the people who have just been fans and been to the track before and everything else. Well, on the flip side, you have another complete group of people. Thank you, Tyler. Another complete group of people who have never watched drag racing in their entire life. And what happened is they've never watched drag racing in their entire life, and they saw it on TV, and it seemed super cool and super exciting, and then they saw something pop up somewhere local, the Street Outlaws guys were going to be there, or there was some big deal, and blah, 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 blah. And they said, you know what? This is cool. I watch it on TV. I want to go experience that. It seems awesome. It seems like a rush and a thrill and everything else. And it absolutely is. Absolutely is. When you create rules to kill innovation, who the hell wants to watch it? Well, here's the thing, Mark. This gets even better because I'm talking about something specific, like with the TV show stuff. And like I said, this is the skeleton in the closet that everybody's tiptoeing around. Like, everybody knows the shows aren't doing well, but nobody just wants to come out and say it. Like, here's why. Because this other group of people that have never watched drag racing in their entire life bought into the hype, saw it on TV, showed up at the drag strip, and you know what happened? They didn't see racing. And no, I don't mean they didn't see racing as in, like, that nobody went down the track, it was canceled. Like, no, the event was on and it happened. But what happened instead was people saw a couple races, and then they saw an hour, a half hour, an hour and a half of somebody standing there talking on a microphone. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter who it is. Even if you put me on the track and I could talk my ass off, I'm not standing there for an hour straight in the middle of a drag strip and exciting the people in the stands. I'm not going down the track. They're not excited. So what happened is the one opportunity you took to bring these people that have never been to the drag strip before and have them have an absolutely killer experience, you now have sucked that out of them, and they realize that they can go home, sit down for an hour, watch it for an hour, see nothing but action, and not have to waste their entire goddamn day to sit out in the bleachers, you know. And especially when they first came out, because when it first came out, the bleachers were packed. They were sardines in there. You know what I mean? They fucking, they're like this. They're like, you know what I mean? And now they got to sit here for an hour and listen to this fucking schmuck who they don't know who it is talk on a microphone. I came here to watch races. They don't give a shit. I guarantee you could take the street outlaws guys, send them down the track. You could send TV personalities, send them down the track. You could send my friends that are fucking, you know, what I call B-list celebrities. They're incredibly well known, but they're just not on the TV every weekend or every week. You could send them, and then you could send 13-second cars right after them, back to back. And you know what? You would have greater fan retention than anything, because that's what they came to see. I just learned this, and this is when it got crazy, because my woman blew my mind. I guess she read about a bunch of the reviews of a TV show filming at a track. You guys can put together what you want there. The reviews said that after like every fucking pair went down the track, they were sweeping, they were doing something, they were right, Bill. And this brings me back to why Midnight Madness, like why that kind of shit is going to destroy everybody in 2019. But these people who have, and look, and I watch drag racing, you know what I mean? And I go fucking street racing. I'll say it, and say it on film. I don't give a shit. I go street racing. And you know what? Sometimes you're out till like fucking 6 a.m. driving around, you know, trying to get the race off in a spot. It takes fucking forever. But you know what? I love it. You know, I loved it before it was on TV. I went and experienced it. I enjoyed it. I raced myself, and I will love it when it's on TV, and I'll love it when it's back off of TV again. NPK doesn't prep or sweep after each pair. I don't know. I don't know what they did. I'm just saying that I know for a fact in my heart, and I would love anybody who wants to come on here and talk to me about it. Or, you know, I'm a great dude. If you guys don't know, never tuned in, like I can have a conversation with anybody. So, but that's the thing, Bill, is I'm not talking shit. Like, it's from a place of love. I want to see the sport do better. I want to see the thing that I loved. You know, I've loved cars fucking since I was 16 and had my first car. Like, I've loved cars. I want to see that and let other people experience that. But what happened is we failed in keeping this other group of people interested that have never watched drag racing before. We failed at that. And when you look around and everybody wants to ask, well, what went wrong? We're all to blame. I mean, it is what it is. The shows boomed at first because most people could relate to racing because the cars were just still street cars. Now it's wrapped up with talking, promoting everything pro-man, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's the thing. I say yes and no. You know what I mean? That's the deal, is that yes, the cars got faster, and we expected that to happen. You know what I mean? We expected the cars to get faster, and the fans liked seeing the cars get faster. I don't think that there's this great dissociation between what the cars were 3, 4, 5 years ago and what they are now. Like, I don't think the people sitting at home went, you know what? Now that I can't afford this car, I'm not interested in racing anymore. Because to be honest with you, even when the people could afford the cars, they weren't out there buying them and they weren't out there racing them. So I think I will agree with you up to a point, but I do not think that there is a clear association between, the changing in the cars and people's attitudes about them because now they, could no longer afford them or they weren't the same street car. Like I said, I think that there was some of that, but I believe not so much because even when the normal person could afford it, they weren't out there buying cars and going crazy. English Mountain Race, we don't sweep up all night. Had a pee. Yep. And here's the deal, guys. This brings me to my next point, where you guys talk about, and I just sat here and I think I kind of spelled it out. There's other things that are causing issues, and other stuff that I could probably touch on. I think a lot of it. This is a fucking good one. Part of the reason that it's failing is because people are doing it for the wrong reasons. That's it. You know what I mean? You got to look, if you look around the country, and I'm very fortunate and very lucky that I have friends around the country that, I can speak to and I can see these different things and I can, I at least experience it through their eyes or, folks over here talking about different raceways. Here is the deal, is that, they're doing it for the right reasons. I am excited, and watch my mouth because I'm about to curse, but I am excited as fuck that Billy is going to drop a documentary about what the fuck Midnight Madness does to that town. I just told my woman inside, I said, I don't care how he does it. If he does episodes, if he does a movie, if whatever, I'm submitting that as soon as it drops. I'm submitting it for Independent Film Festival awards and everything, because I believe I see his style. I see the way he films. I see the way he writes. I believe he has the creativity to really nail telling that story. And I think that there's a bunch of those stories across the country. I'm involved in, this race in Oklahoma where it is more than just a race. This is the livelihood of a town at stake, a town that once had an oil industry where folks had plenty of jobs and there was industry there, and now the oil has left, and literally the only thing the town has is now these street races to bring people into town. And it's even cooler because it sucks. They put people in a position. This is why it sucks, because I feel like they did it, I don't know, I could be wrong, but they were put in a position, the town was put in a position where it's we got to accept this street racing thing because we don't got shit else. So I don't know if that's the way that it happened, but I know that they are now there. So what we are doing, that we are able to go there and bring people to the town and support the town and the local industry and literally feeding families, that is the right reason to go drag racing. Number one, because you love it. Number two, if you can do cool shit like that, that is the reason to go drag racing. And it's wild, man. It is absolutely wild because I see it across the country and I see it in all these different places, and I don't remember the one. I apologize if somebody here is from there or knows it, but the track that showed 2 years ago, it was weeds, it was overgrown, and now it's a fucking, now it's a track and they're using it and they're, they're bringing it back and everything. I'm telling you, the hottest thing in 2019 is going to be that shit right there. Shitty tracks, and I don't mean shitty in a negative way. I mean run down old mom and pop stuff, not fucking NHRA, fucking stadium, bullshit. Run down shitty tracks are going to be hot. Back half of the track where you're doing absolutely everything you can to try to reproduce a street race, because I will tell you this, you can't kill street racing. It'll never go away because there's nothing like it. I don't care what you do at the track. Still not street racing. There's even I could have the greatest time in the world at the track, but there's just that little bit more on the street, which is not a problem. I get it. But I'm saying is they're getting so close with this back half of the track, these shitty tracks, this fucking let's shut down a road in town and use that. That is going to be what is hot in 2019. Mass, it's almost like hipster shit. Like we're going back to the roots. We're going back to the mom and pop stuff. You know what I mean? The mainstream isn't cool. This shit is what's cool. Mike says we're going to show you how shows put on. I'm going to read through some of the comments because DNR going to host a track day in Delaware. I would absolutely, you guys can fucking record this. It is live. I can't take it back. I would absolutely love to host a track day in Delaware if that was something that could be done. If that's something that could be done, I would be all for it, and I would put a lot of heartfelt energy and emotion into that. So if that opportunity ever came up, yes, I would take it. JB Hall is going to narrate it. They got JB. Look, JB Hall is about to get an LS turbo motor. So your boy over here at DNR that sells all the turbos and uses nothing but LS is going to become mighty fucking handy. I appreciate that. You need to come out to Tennessee when Bell puts on the race at EMR. Wish there were more towns that close down roads like that. Derek, I couldn't agree with you more. I wish that more folks could do it because, like I said, it is it. That's what wins in drag racing in 2019. We're killing drag racing in other ways, but that is what's going to win. We do it because we love it, an outpouring of love when we wreck a car. Sanctioned drag racing is lost and may never get back. Man, the sanctioned drag racing, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still cool. Like my buddy races 850 index every year at Yellow Bullet, and I love going with him, and I love doing that. But that's the thing. The reason that I love that is because I love drag racing. I don't love that because I watched Street Outlaws and then went to the track. I love that because I've loved cars for a long time. So that's a big, that's why I talk about them two different groups of fans. The shitty part is that the one group of fans like us that have been at drag racing have, everything, boom, boom, boom. And, we continue to show up, but that other group of fans, it's hard to get them back. Once you've screwed them once, it's really hard to get them back in the seats. We'll come back. We love this shit. We're going to show you how a show is put on. Absolutely, I hope you do. It's going to be a hell of a time down there. Weeds and Overgrown, you talking about Englishtown? No, man, Englishtown just closed. This was another track that, that I forget where it's at. I think it was like Midwest or something, but like they had a picture because I think they have Street Outlaws or like JJ's Arm Drop or something is coming out. That's a big thing. That's why shit like JJ's Arms Drop is popular and is successful because they're stepping away from the stadium style tracks and that kind of thing. I wouldn't street race if there were more closed road or back half track races. Okay, at least I do it a lot less. Absolutely, Derek. I think everybody is in the same boat. I think that if we had more of those style races, I'm telling you right now, if I went to my local racetrack and said I want to have a back half of the track race, they would laugh me the fuck out of there. They would fucking, and you know what? I apologize because not very often. I've been doing this thing where I've been being very nice and I've been being very open and very public about how appreciative I am of everything. Like right now, it kind of does sound like I'm talking shit, but I'm not talking shit because it comes, like I said, it's coming from a place of love. But if I went there and said I want to do a back half of the track event, they would laugh me clear back out the fucking gate. So more tracks did stuff like that. The Sayer Street races shutting down the street. Absolutely. Like I said, you'll never kill street racing. It'll never go away. There's something about it. If you haven't experienced it, I don't know how to describe it other than it's drag racing on crack. And that's the deal. That was English Mountain Race. We opened it after 5 years. Okay, so Ethan was in here. That was English Mountain Raceway that they opened up after 5 years of not racing. And I think that's the one where they're having a JJ's thing or something. And like, no offense to you guys because I'm not saying it, negatively, like it's shitty tracks like that, like tracks in the middle of nowhere, fucking old shit that was run down 5 years and not fucking racing and they come back and bring it back. That is going to be the hot shit, the days of, and don't get me wrong, I've never been there. I'd absolutely love to see the four lane, wherever the hell that's at, but nobody cares about that stadium. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's so commercialized. It's become a stadium. A track owner in North Mississippi told me that small tracks owe their survival to the Outlaws movement. I would agree with that. I think, and like I said, we see it now. We see it now in Sayer, shut down the town. I'm going out there. Do you honestly think that I put up a list of 32 cars and I expected number one to sell out in like under 16 hours? Like, I thought I was going to have to fight and pull teeth to get that list filled. I am incredibly thankful that it went the way it did. But just like that, what we're doing is we are reinvigorating these folks and these programs and trying to help them survive and trying to help these towns. Dude, I can't say it enough. The thing about KD, I swear to you, I lose sleep over that. Like, I'm just thinking about how awesome that deal is and a documentary and all that. But they do owe their survival to the Outlaws movement. The problem is they've over-commercialized it, and they ruined what we'll call Group A, fans that have never watched or drag racing before. They've ruined the chances of those fans, coming back or staying there. Charleston, Illinois, cool dragway. And don't forget, it's all volunteers that put the Sayer Street races on. Yes, it is an all volunteer deal. That is a prime example. They're doing it for the right reason. They love it. They love it. They need to hit up old closed airports. They're doing a thing. They're doing a thing in West Virginia, and I know that they've done it before, but they're doing it again because that's what Tommy Reek was talking about going out to the Virginia for the airport wars. So the airports, that's a huge thing, And I get it. I understand. There's liability. There's this, that, and the other. There's blah, 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 blah. But like, fuck, man. Here's the problem. When you pack the stands full of 6,000 people who came to watch racing, let them fucking watch racing. Treat it just like a Wednesday night test and tune. We're going to run as many fucking cars down this lane as we can and do our very best to keep it closed as minimal as possible. Every once in a while, we'll shut everybody. Hey, give us a second. Let's go sweep it. Let's go glue. Let's go do whatever the fuck we got to do. Let's get in and out, and let's get back to racing. The problem is you've created this massive, massive stage where now everybody's wrapped up. Now everybody, I want to be on that stage. I want to be the performer. I'm going to make sure that me and my people get seen. And fuck that. The fans came to see racing. They don't give a shit about you or him or any of these other people they've never heard about, other than the fact that they want to see them go down the track. That's it. So the old closed up airport thing, that's the thing. I'm with the one way to feel Top Fuel. I think you need to, Top Fuel is a whole different thing. And personally, I've never felt it. But knowing about as much as I know about racing, I feel like, which is not a lot, but I feel like I would love that experience. I feel like I would really love to be involved with that. There are people involved in drag racing to help grow the sport and give back, and then there are those that are only there to take from it. Exactly. That's a deep-rooted problem, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am a very different person than I was a year ago, 2 years ago, everything else. I have made some massive changes in my outlook on life, my attitude about things, the way that I approach and treat issues. So I understand that, but here's the thing, is I used to be, no, I'm not saying that I was grimy or anything, but I can tell you that there are people that as soon as they realized that they could really make money at this, that fucking jumped all over it. And that's doing it for the wrong reason. If you are drag racing or involved in drag racing because you want to make as much money as possible, you are fucking wrong. That is it. Like, old joke, hey, can you make a drag racer a millionaire? Yeah, but only if he started as a billionaire. You know what I mean? That's not why we do it. We do it because we love the shit. I've loved cars for years. I had a car addiction. I tried to give them up. I was like, you know what? I'm getting rid of all this stuff. I'm not modifying nothing. I'm not messing with nothing. Blah, 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 blah. What did I do? Next thing I do, I put a flip out TV and wheels on my ride and all this other dumb shit. And look how much money we raised for a great man. Pure adrenaline. I got my first Article 15. Shout out to the military folks. For those of you guys that don't know, Army combat veteran, OIF 0910, bam, rocket with pride. Man, how you get I need to hear that. We need to get that man on camera. How do you get an Article 15? I mean, I understand like how it ended, how it happened. But like, I feel like that's a really funny story. Funny story too, because me and my buddy, I'll tell you guys this, because I love sharing experiences with you guys, and we're talking about a subject right now, but I want to share this story real quickly. I have drag racing, speed exhibition, excessive speed, driving without a motorcycle endorsement, driving without proof of insurance. I have a whole bunch of things that went on my rap sheet one day. And what it was is that me and my buddy had just come home from Iraq. We had bought motorcycles while we were overseas, little crotch rockets. Leaving a buddy's party, whatever, it's like middle of the day. There's a section up north where you stop at the light, and the other end of the light, when you go straight through, is open highway. It's Route 1. It's open highway. So what happened is me and him are at that light. We're there. We're like, I look around, whatever. All right, cool. We wah, 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 bah, and just like bats out of fucking hell. We're down the highway, right? Well, what we didn't see was the cop that was like 6 cars behind us, and we wouldn't have seen him if we didn't have girls in a car that were following us. So we had to slow down because we knew, like, we took off and we're like, they're not going to be able to catch up. So we slowed down, and as we pulled over, whoop, whoop, there comes my man, right? So the long story short here is that I had to go to court for it. We had to go to court. We got incredibly lucky that day. He said, get on the bikes, take him home. I don't want to see him again. He got a call. He had to go somewhere else. That was way more exciting than what he was doing right then and there. And he was pissed, too. He was fucking mad at us. They never clocked us, so they couldn't tell, that's why we got excessive speed and speed exhibition, because they couldn't give us an actual number. I mean, we went every bit of like 140 and then looped over. But anyways, so we go to court, right? We got to go to court for this. Well, I was working full-time for the Army National Guard, so I was in uniform. The courthouse was right down the road from my work. So I went in there, talked to the judge, check it out. Judge gets through the other people. He starts talking to us. He's like, man, he's like, why were you guys street racing, blah, 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 blah. And bro, I would tell you what, it is crazy. I told the truth, and the truth shall set you free. I said, Your Honor, we were home from Iraq for like 2 weeks at this point. We didn't give a shit about nothing. You couldn't tell us about a motorcycle license. Like, we didn't care about anything. So he's like, man, what did you guys do in Iraq? And I was like, well, we did convoy security. And he's like, oh, that's the dudes that get shot at and stuff and everything, blowing up and shit, right? And me and my buddy like turned and looked at each other, and we started laughing because, listen, we didn't do anything fucking crazy. But we got awards, we got the combat action badge, whatever. So we weren't out there doing crazy shit, but I'll tell you, we got the awards. You know what I mean? So we laugh, and we're like, yeah, that's actually what this award on a uniform here is. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh, what's your plan? I was like, well, we got the National Guard does a deal where they'll pay for us to get our motorcycle license, whatever. You know what I mean? He's like, good. Go get a motorcycle license, and don't let me see you back here again. Bam! And we were out like thieves in the night. So I have drag racing on my record, but it didn't stay there. I'm way behind on comments now. You're thinking of Windy Hollow. Street racing is addiction for sure. You'll never get an adrenaline rush like that anywhere else. Absolutely. That's part of the reason I love it. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I had some adrenaline rushes in Iraq, and ever since then, it's a mental thing. It fucks you up. 2 things happen when you get shot at. One type of person never wants to see it happen again, doesn't really want to deal with it. They have issues, whatever. There's a second very, very special type of fucked up individual like I am, where then it becomes all that you crave. War is a drug. If you guys have ever watched that movie with the EOD guy, what the hell was the name of it? Whatever, with the EOD guy that he ends up going back again and everything, the guy's crazy, and the opening thing for War is a drug. War is a drug. It's crazy. Never get that rush. Well, sure as hell I expect spots up immediately. Oh, Derek is back on the 32 spot. Yeah, like that was the problem, because like I called Derek because I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, holy shit, like this list is filling up really fast, and I talked to Derek about it, and if I don't get a hold of him, I don't want him to be mad at me that he didn't get a spot in the race because it just sold out too fucking fast. It's crazy. I have an absolutely perfect road to race on, but City would never cooperate, and I'm in BFE. I don't know what BFE is, but City, yeah, it's very hard. The cities and the towns and the municipalities, I believe, that participate in these kinds of activities or will even acknowledge it or be open to the suggestion of are smaller towns that I feel, and not to be rude, but I feel that don't have much else. Bumfuck Egypt. Oh, okay. Thank you. And I'm in BFE. Well, see, then that's the thing, because in BFE, you should be able to, because usually it's the smaller towns, the smaller, that doesn't have large industry, that kind of thing, that would be open to that style of thing. Racing is a heroin addiction. It absolutely is. They do the airport half miles. The half miles are cool, but I think the half miles are the half miles, that's a different thing. Like that, you're like really trying a mile an hour. And I don't know that, and I could be wrong because I've never been to like the airport half mile thing. I don't know if that's a big crowd pleaser or not. It may be that may be the key. I may not know that that's a huge crowd pleaser. Your sex change made a big difference. I don't know. Hey, my sex change changed. But anyways, in JJ's races, where fans were number one, we finished at 2 in the morning, and the crews, including me, till 7, prep the cars, let the fans get their pictures, take and answer questions. It's a high for us to see their excitement. Yes, it is a big deal because that's the thing. The fans make it happen, and not to be rude, but like it's not about me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I definitely want to come up. I want to shake your hand. I want to shoot the shit, blah, 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 blah. But it's not about me, man. It's not about the guys that have been going to the drag strip for fucking 20 years. Like, it is, but like, we got to get them other fans. Like, the folks that, this is the first time they've ever experienced a drag race, and they want to meet somebody who they idolize or, look up to. Like, that's who it's about. And we really need to take care of that. And I know a lot of folks do it. And this is, I think, a big one. This is why I've had a few guests on, and I've had Street Outlaws guests, which probably after I fucking talk shit about why drag racing is failing, probably aren't going to come on anymore, but fuck it. Those guys say, hey, the tracks that we love going to the most are those smaller tracks, those hometown tracks, those people that, make us feel like a part of the family. There's nothing like it, and they've even shouted out my local drag strip a couple times. So it's for the fans, and it needs to be. It ain't about money. That's a problem we all face. Time. Seeing Illinois' race spots in the comments looks like a road trip out there is in order. I absolutely do. I didn't know you can make money on YouTube until they started asking for payment info. That's awesome because I love telling people about that. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I very wholeheartedly intend to make money on YouTube and Facebook through the ads because at the end of the day, I have a family to support. So I have to do what I have to do. But the flip side is what happens is that really allows me to wake up every day and do what it is that I want to do. Did you see the zip tie crashed and burnt? Yes, I did. I feel very, very sad because I happen to think that JJ is one of the greater things that have happened for this sport. I feel like people can really, really connect with him. I've never met him, but I do have a lot of respect for him and his crew and his people, and a lot of the things and folks that I have talked to about them have said that those folks are all very legitimate, and they are very, family tied and oriented, and it's a good deal. So, shout out to them guys. I think I heard that everybody was okay, and I'm glad for it. I'm very sad to see the car go down because that was a beautiful car as well. Kids sit in my car and they have huge smiles. Then I tell their parents that I'm sorry, but now their child will be poor forever. But on the upside, they'll be happy. They will be happy. That's the deal, is they will be happy. And I had this conversation. I've had this conversation a couple times that I'm currently the poorest I've ever been in my life, but I'm also the happiest, which is a big thing. Thank you for your service. Hey, don't Hurt Locker. Damn, I'm real behind on the comments. Another type craves it. Hurt Locker. Yeah, I got to get to bed now. Bill, I appreciate you hanging in as long as you did. Mark, get Tommy on. You can talk to tomorrow morning. Tommy Rika's in the house. Tommy, look, man, and I don't know if Tommy's watched this whole thing, but I think Tommy would wholeheartedly agree with me. I think he would. He says, let's do it. Man, can we do it? You got your head. What are we doing? Troopers are nailing everybody for everything. She's from Illinois, guys. That is my significant other, and she is from Illinois, Illinois, whatever you want to call it. And I have been out there, and I have very much enjoyed driving through the country and like literally just being like, I could race anywhere out here. Like everywhere, there's just open roads and fields and shit. Like we could get down out in the country. I don't know. It says, you guys can't see it, but it says adding Tommy Reek on the top of the screen. So we're gonna try and bring him on. Like I said, I think he will agree wholeheartedly with me. LS Fest West. Where is LS Fest West? Wow, that's a tongue twister. LS Fest West. Where is LS Fest West, buddy? I'm not familiar. I know that there's the one down in Tennessee, I think, but I do not know about a West Coast one. I personally believe, and Justin Malcolm, J. Malcolm 2004, have had many conversations about this, that that the West Coast, like that a lot of the Midwest and the West Coast is completely untapped potential for the things that we do. Like Justin, for those of you guys that know, Justin makes his living off of, YouTube videos, Facebook videos, all of that of racing. He loves racing. His family, is his uncle, Joe Buddy Racing. You know what I mean? So they're good people. They're good people, and he's in it for the right reasons. So that's why I really like to see him succeed. He's actually helped me an absolute outrageous amount. That man, Justin Malcolm, has done incredible things for me, and I'm definitely appreciative of that. It said no answer from Tommy. I'm going to try hitting it again. It says adding. LS Fest in East is in Kentucky. Okay, and you said the other one was in Vegas? Vegas would be dope. I would love to be
Yo, man.
My man.
My man, what's up, baby?
My man, what are you doing?
You know me. I'm out here checking it out. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, I was having this conversation. I don't know if you caught the whole front end of it, but I was having this conversation about why drag racing is dying and what we're doing that's killing it.
Because with the fans are going crazy over this, and the street racing is where it's at. No prep is no prep.
That's the thing, because, and like I said, I'll give you the rundown, the short. We've got two groups of people that go to watch these races. One is the people like us. We've been to the races, we've seen it, we love going. We've been doing this shit for years before it was on TV. The second group of people is the people who saw it on TV and never been to a street race or never been to a racetrack or whatever. And what happened is a lot of places failed them, and instead of watching racing, they sat down, and they saw a guy standing fucking talking on a microphone for an hour. They didn't give a shit who races. They just want to see two people go down the track. But that's why all this other stuff, the back half of the track, what I call shitty tracks, places that have been run down, hometown, real small, the street where they shut down the street and do it on the street, the airport, all that shit, that is what's going to be hot this year, because that shit is real.
That shit is real, and everybody's pumping it up. Everybody wants a piece of it. I notice it's growing like an animal in the past 2 years. You know what I mean? It's getting better and better.
It's getting wild. I think this year is probably the biggest year for that style of racing that I think, maybe next year it'll be even bigger, but right now we're faced with like the biggest year that's going to happen.
What's going to happen now is this year is going to be totally epic. You got that crazy Bill and his son, Bill Jr., going wild out there. You know those boys. Wahoo, you wild farm animals. Let's get this party started. You know what I mean? Wheels up.
Right. They're going nuts. You guys are going nuts in the streets. You know what I mean? The events you're going to, and the tracks and like the airports, like that's it, man. Nobody wants to go to the stadium. They don't want to feel like they're walking into Eagle Stadium like it's a huge production. You know what I mean? They want to feel the race. That's what they want.
That's why you got to put the people right there. You know the deal. What do you always tell me? What's the money shot? What is it?
Right. It's right up in there.
You standing in front of the car getting that shot as that car's coming at you, or pickup truck.
Right, and that's the deal. And that's the thing. I don't know a lot about this, but what is the Nutty Money racing events? Because I've seen some of those, and those look dope too.
That's great. That's Joshua Tyler. He's up. He was up on here before I saw him on here. He's a good dude. He throws some crazy ass. He pays up. He don't screw around. You know what I mean? He throws a good legit race. Everybody out there, we all talk it over. It's good. It's $30,000 pots, $50,000 pots. Yeah, he gets it wild up there. $3,000 entry, $1,500 entry. Big tire, small tire.
Big shit. And ain't it, is that the one where they do like fucking water burnout, like no prep? Do they do all that shit there?
That's the one. That's like at a crazy back part of the airport. You know what I mean? Off the side, which is nice. It can't get any more street than that,
No, and that's the thing. Like I told these folks, like there is something about the fucking streets. Like you will never 100% reproduce the streets. There's that feeling you get, that little bit on edge, everything. So street racing will never die, and you can never 100% reproduce that. But the thing is we can't have the people who watched fucking racing on TV out at the street racing spots. Like, dude, we got to be somewhere. You know what I mean? So this airport,
100%.
The back half of the track. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you what, the people that watch this shit on TV, they don't want to be out there at 2 in the fucking morning arguing about who's racing who.
They don't really know the back half of it when you're out there. Like that's what's good about the airport was everybody's calling everybody out. Everyone's picking out of a hat. Everyone's racing. It's just racing, and then you got grudge racing afterwards. And then you
Yeah.
take it back to the street again. You could go leave right from there and go out there and have a good time too. Who wants some?
Right,
Come
and
get
that's the
some.
thing. They're not, you know what I mean? They're not shutting down the airport road, fucking cleaning the thing, and you know what I mean, spraying it.
No,
Now this, that, and the other. Like we're just that's why fans love that shit
a
because
hundred percent.
they are getting 100% of the money's worth. They came to see racing, and all they're gonna see all fucking day is cars going down the lane, and they don't give
And
a shit
going,
about who they are.
no, and going down sideways. You see, look at, Jesus Christ, cars are going on fires, cars are burning down, cars are
Yeah,
crashing, cars are hitting cars in the wheelie bars, flipping other cars over.
dude,
It's
and
not easy. No
it's
prep is no prep, right, Wilk?
right. It's crazy because I said, like, one of the things, and I don't know, this was some shit that I read, or I didn't even read. My woman told me about that. One of these race events at a track, like the people complain that yes, we're racing, but it's all about these people's safety and this and that. Motherfucker, they used to show everybody crashing on TV and doing wild shit and going buck fucking wild, and that's why people loved it.
And what's happening now is if you think, we're not even going to say what events they are, but you watch a regular racetrack thing, right? It's just like, holy shit, the same old thing again. When you see
Yeah.
these no prep guys going down, you got to give them credit. They're completely, totally sideways. Thank God for the parachute at the end, I
Right.
say. Yeah, you
But
might
that's the
need that.
thing, like that. I was talking about that earlier. Like my buddy, he's got a Bel Air, and he runs 850. We go to Yellow Bullet every year. I love it. I love going with him. I love it. But I'm that other type of fan. I've loved racing since it was before on TV. So of course,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean. But the folks, and that's the thing, the new crowd that made this all popular and huge, and you know what I mean. Like that, we got to help them out. You know.
100%. Those are the guys that the fans are the fans. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. How does it get to this point right now? It's the fans are completely insane. They're
Right.
completely whacked out, and that's what I love about them. Get pumped up, everybody. We're going for a dog and pony ride this year. You know what
Right.
I mean?
It's fucking wild, and that's the thing I said earlier. Like, it's not about me. Like me as a fan, yeah, I'm gonna come up to you to track. We're gonna kick it. I absolutely love seeing you here, this, that, and the other. But fuck me, don't worry about me. I'm gonna be at every track. I'm gonna be on the street. Worry about these folks that have never experienced it, and just you know what I mean. They're getting to meet all these folks that they idolize and they look up to, and you know. And that's who the fuck it's about. It's not about me. I'm gonna be at the racetrack, whether it's on fucking TV or not. You know what I mean?
Well, everyone knows that you're out there with the camera too. You're not just talking about it. You're not just seeing it. You're actually filming it. You're putting it in.
Yeah.
You're grabbing the drivers off the street. You're getting them on. Guys like Billy. You know what I mean? Think about how many
Right.
good dudes you have on the show all the time.
Dude, and you know what? You laughed at my comment or my Facebook post earlier. Dude, I was on the phone. I think I was on the phone with like 7 different people today from across the country.
100%.
And I'm amazed. I'm amazed at how many good people that I've met and cool ass people and good dudes doing the right thing, doing it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Like your shit, I'm not gonna blow up your spot, but I'm gonna say this: when you get your stuff figured out, like I'm excited as hell for that because it's for the right reason. It's for the good shit. You know?
Yep. 100%. And that's what it's all about. This year is going to be about the good shit and putting some good people together. All the street racers alike, like yourself. You're out there, you're on a mission. Nobody even knows what kind of quest you're on.
Right.
Now, I've been watching you for the past 24 hours. I haven't seen you get off this little baby. You know what I mean?
Dude, I've been all over the place. But that's the thing is, like I tell folks, it's crazy, but this is why I do it because I can wake up every day and I can eat, sleep, breathe, and shit this stuff. Like, I love it. I'm fucking, I'm nuts. I'm crazy. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop talking. I'm talking to my fucking wife. Well, she's not my wife. She might as well be, but I'm
She's
in
going
her
to be.
ear.
She's going to
Right.
be.
I'm in her ear, like fucking, and she's giving me shit. Like she's wrapped up. She's doing research. She's been telling me facts and stuff.
What is today? Wednesday?
No, today's Tuesday.
But we're going into Wednesday. It's going to be midnight soon, right? Or it
Oh
is
yeah.
midnight.
Oh fucking, it is midnight. Yeah.
Okay,
Look, we
so
got
we're
the
in
late night
Wednesday.
show.
You
We got
got
the late night show.
Relic coming on tomorrow too. Don't forget.
I got
Don't you?
Relic. Yeah, I got Chris, and then and I got Tyler No Boost too.
Oh my God, no boost. We got to
Yeah.
make sure. Sometimes he gets stuck. You call me if you can't get him. I'll run down to the local titty bar and get his ass out.
Just snatch
He's
him
out
up.
there. Yeah, he's smacking ass and taking names. You know how he is. If he's not
Hey,
racing, he's
I hear they
getting
got
rid of
good Wi-Fi.
testosterone. Oh my
I
God, the
hear
Wi-Fi signal in there is unbelievable.
beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. You can
You're gonna
watch
be
anything.
okay. Oh my God. Chris Nacky knows. He's over there. Big Tyler, he's over there, just private lap dancing all the time. I don't know what he's doing with that money,
What it takes, man.
Oh,
I got to look through
Jesus.
these comments because I've been off on the comments.
Yeah, get on there. Let's check them out. Let's look at them together.
Love to see White Lightning at English Mountain. This guy Ethan here is from English Mountain. That's the one where they were closed for like 5 years and it was all run down and shit. And
Where was that?
Over. They're gonna have to tell me again because I don't remember. But that's the thing too. There's so many fucking good spots now and shit popping up and fun shit happening. It's hard to keep track of it all.
That's what we got to do, though. We got to keep it moving, man. It's the people that keep it moving. Everyone pops up with something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everybody. And then we got. Hey, Mustang Mike in the house. DNR, we're interested in having you host DM. Not sure what he's talking about. Shoot me a message, whatever. Tommy Reek rocks. Hell yeah. New Jersey, Weatherby. Whoa, hold on. This man's out here fucking naming roads and shit.
Jesus Christ.
Calm down, buddy.
Take it easy, everybody. We're in Mexico.
Right. It's at the intersection of fucking.
Yeah, we're over there near the Gulf Station. Tell them we said hello.
Right.
When you see the little, let's say the guy, the Toodaloo over there at the corner, we know he's on man. We got to flag him down, right?
We know where we're going. Jesus.
Billy, we know we love you too, Bill. Tell him. We're coming in.
Near Gatlinburg. Okay, so Gatlinburg, Tennessee, I guess is that one that we were talking about. Tommy, we love you, brother. Everybody loves Tommy. Man, Tommy fucking, it's wild. It's wild.
I love it. You know what it is? They're good people. Everybody that has something to do with this crazy-ass street racing scene, right? Women, men, Liz Stacks out there. Everybody's out there. Look,
dude,
Michael's on.
Crazy.
Dude's got a stiffy. He must be talking about Tyler. He's still at the place.
Right, he's still at the spot. That's why we can't get him on. We got to do live testing.
Is he calling me? Yeah, with Tyler testing 1 2 1 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got fucked up because I was talking about it earlier. I guess he had a different Facebook profile or something. I was sending messages to that one and I couldn't get a hold of him. And he's like, fucking, I tell you, and you're like, oh, watch this, and fucking there he is.
That's what it is. We got to get him. We got James Fagan watching. He's out there doing a couple repos tonight. So if you're one of them guys that you didn't pay your bills, Mr. Fagan from the towing companies out there, we got to watch that guy.
He's out there paying a visit.
Yeah, he's paying everybody a visit. It's a cold night. It's probably going to be the best night out there for him. Everyone's parking their shit right in front. Tyler is an animal, Bill. He really is. All right, are we going to bet that he gets on the show tomorrow right away, or you think we're going to have to? What do you think?
I already know.
He's a problem child. I already know too.
It's not even.
I can't wait.
I just know, like, I can tell you, and this is why, because, I can just tell you.
What's up, Jason?
We're gonna have some issue tomorrow. But that's why I want to be on top of it. Like tomorrow, when I get up, I'm gonna start my day just like when I wake up in my house. People don't know this, and they don't understand. When I wake up, you can ask. She's watching. She'll fucking comment. When I wake up on Wednesdays, hey, it's podcast day. As soon as I'm out of the bed, it's podcast day. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
You're going to have to do a test hit with Tyler early morning just to make sure. Tyler, you ready? This is how we're going to do it. You got to flip your phone, get your headphones on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Look, you want to hear something fucking funny? Daddy Dave was out there, and he ain't take me up on the comment, but Daddy Dave was out there. He's trying to talk to some other fucking guy on live, and they can't hear each other. The shit's in and out.
I saw that.
Got headphones. Right. So I'm in there commenting, and I saw like Bill was in there, and Bill.
Me too.
Like,
put your headphones on, dude.
Headphones on, and then Daddy Dave puts another status that fucking, they be on again soon, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I put, and I wouldn't try and be a dickhead. I put
no, you're telling them.
I was like, hey, I do this live stream on Facebook. Like, I use it a lot. Hit me up. I'll give you guys, some insight to help you out so you can make it happen. Because I wanted to see it too. Like, fuck, I don't want to sit there and just listen to feedback. Like, I don't know what that deal is. I know that dude, if it's the dude I'm thinking of, Duck, the Duck X dude who does Lights Out 10 and all that dude's always talking some shit about something. So
they just got to get the headphones on. They got to be a participant. They got to listen sometimes. They got to read the feedback.
They don't, right? But and I get it because you get on there and you get a whole bunch of people.
They need the meat beats.
They need meat beats. You see that JB Hall had the fucking.
We got to get JB on the goddamn phone. He'll straighten those guys out. You know what I mean? He came prepared.
Right now, my phone. Somebody text me Daddy Dave's number. We're gonna get him straight. We're gonna get him figured the fuck out.
Yeah, he's a good dude. There's no reason for him to be out here. Telephonics, man. You know what I mean? We teach him a few things. Maybe teach us a few things with the cars, and and we learn
Well,
a few things with the phones, you know?
it's a beautiful thing. Like, I use it. It's fucking. This is how I cheat. This is my in. Like, I use it to help talk about it. Look, hey, I got a podcast. I do it. This is how we do it. Let me help you out, whatever. And then it's easy. I'm like, hey man, if you want to come on the podcast, I'd appreciate it. That'd be great. And folks, oh fuck yeah, I'd love to be on. You know, it's amazing what happens when you just ask. When you just be nice and you fucking ask, good things will happen.
Yeah, everybody's going to do it. Why not? It's the show to be on. Everybody knows it right now. You got the #1 podcast on right now. Everybody knows it. It's no secret. You know what I mean?
You're going crazy. I feel like you beat me up on that. And here's
No,
why.
I
Because
give you credit.
Because I know, but I feel like I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Who's 24 hours a day?
I'm 24 hours a day.
Fucking A, man. So you got to pat yourself on the back. You're all about it. You know what I mean? It could be like we talked about today. You could be hanging out like the Tom Cruise movie. Where's your fucking passion? You got to start off somewhere, right? Show me the fucking money, but you got to have the passion first.
Yep,
without the passion, we got no money. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing. So that it made me fucking sad because Bill had said something on the live stream earlier that he was like, and he may have been messing with me or joking with me, but he's like, "Oh, we stopped doing the podcast because yours was better." I'm like, "No, don't fucking do that. I love your podcast."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I want to I watch that shit. You know.
Yeah, Billy's got a good one.
Yeah, they got a good one, and I tell people all the time too. Like, I watch this shit. Like, I interact. Like, my buddy Derek was on here earlier. He's got the Liam Nissan. I don't know if you ever seen that. It's a small tire. It's a whatchamacallit. It's a small tire Nissan pickup truck. But it's a LS swapped, and it's got the turbos fucking hanging out the hood, right? But he does a bunch of small tire street stuff, you know what I mean? And he's been in a bunch of videos and shit. He's a cool dude. But, like, he does a live thing on YouTube every Friday night because Friday he puts out the video of whatever they did. Right now they're building an LS swapped Honda Civic. Like, it's fucking nuts.
Oh, shit.
It's rear-wheel drive. Like, they're fabbing up all kinds of shit. Like, he's got his buddy Hayden who, like, does a bunch of TIG work and everything else.
That's nice stuff.
And they're working on it. So they put out a video every Friday morning, and then Friday night they go live from the shop. They sit and bullshit, answer questions about the video, and I fucking love it. Like, I'm every Friday night. If it's Friday night at like 9, 10 o'clock, whatever time it is, they do it. I think it's a little later because they're in Colorado. But like,
yeah, you might be on a late shift. You know, yo.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I'm up till fucking 3 in the morning anyway. It's crazy because I can't. I can't sleep. Like, I'm a creative dude, so when I lay down, like,
that's
my
it.
head,
your mind's ticking.
What I mean? My mind's ticking. I'm thinking about this stuff for videos. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of like funny stuff. Like, I used to have on my phone, I had all these like commercials like in my head, but like funny shit commercials for selling car parts and turbos, like the shit that I sell online.
And now you got no soda. You got to take a piss. I know how you are. You're all fucked up right now. Look at you.
I'm good. There's only one thing that I want to do in my garage that I can't do on camera.
That's it.
There's one,
Where's
but the
Bill?
flip side is
there he is.
I can over here. Billy bought a damn drum set today. That's the next thing coming up on the podcast.
Oh my God, are we gonna put it on? Tell Billy to flip the phone, put the headphones on, and let's see the drum set.
I want to see the fucking drum set. Is he
Come
any
on,
good?
Bill.
Is the question.
That's what I want to see.
I don't see
them. Put it on. Get him on.
I was talking to Chris earlier. We're talking about music and shit, and like I was talking to Chris Rankin, and we were talking about '80s like hair metal fucking bands, hair rock bands and shit. So I get in the car tonight, and I'm rocking, and it's like '80s hair, like Van Halen.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Going nuts. But that's funny.
Tyler's out of the titty bar.
He's out.
Look, Tyler DeSantis is watching. Boobies are us. What's up, Tyler? You ready for tomorrow?
It's community.
Why don't we do a test hit with Tyler right now so we just make sure it works?
Well, because if we do that, I got to kick you off and then bring you back or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I can't because you can only have one person on.
Put him on right now. I want to see this.
All right.
Come on, let's try it.
I'm going to kick you off and put him on. Let's see if we can make
Tyler, he's kicking me off and put you on. You got to flip the phone to the left.
Oh, I think I cut him short. Tyler, you got to have the phone sideways, like not straight up and down. You got to be like this, and then if you have headphones, just put them in. But we're gonna run if we can, we're gonna run the test right now with Tyler because he's supposed to be on tomorrow night, and of course, it won't let me. Tyler, drop a comment in there.
You got to be full screen. It's got to be open all the way full screen and like this, not straight up and down like this. And then we should be able to do that. I think that's the key. That's the secret. Look, I wonder, now I'm curious. I wonder babe, how are you holding the phone? Because it says I can bring you on. So I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing is correct. Tyler, well, that's the thing. This is why we do the tests and stuff, because not that people screw it up. The issue is that, to be completely 110% honest with you, I have no idea why it does some of the things that it does, like why it tells me some people I can add, some people I can't. I don't understand. I don't know why, and it changes. It constantly changes. It's never the same. Like I can pull up the list and it'll move names around and shit. Like I don't know why it does what it does. You're holding it that way and you can get on?
No. You're bringing me on damn live.
I can. Here, bring Mallory on camera.
Bring me on. I'm eating biscuits.
If you guys can hear her, she said she's eating fucking biscuits. Turn the phone counterclockwise, Tommy says.
Get out of here. No.
Is it sending you the thing?
Yes.
Look, can I see the phone now so I can show you? I'm gonna deny it.
Bring Mallory on camera.
See, it'll look like this. Not now. Not now. I had to deny it. Guest declined the live video. No, I declined it. I told her she wasn't having it. I don't know. I don't even, because that's the thing. Here's the other thing. Another reason I don't understand why it does what it does. It says I have 27 viewers. I click 27, it brings up a list of like 10, and that's it. So, I don't know if we're going to get Tyler on. We may have to go into further testing. I also don't know that he was ready for it either. So, that was unfair of us. But that's what happens when you fuck with Tommy Reek. You end up fucking, hey, Tyler's here. Let's put him the fuck on. That's what happens. So, let's see. I'm going to hang out here and try to see if we can make this happen. It says, Tyler, you got this. Damn, I should have asked for a drink. Tommy, oh, there it is. I can add Tyler. Bam. All right, so it says adding. The guest declined the live video invitation. So I guess we're not testing. But because he declined it, I know that he saw it pop up. I'm in bed right now. But you saw it pop up, so like that's what's going to happen tomorrow. And then you got to have headphones on, and we'll be good to hook. We'll be good to rock and roll. We'll be dope. Tommy, he denied it because he... whatchamacallit, he said he's in bed, but he saw it pop up and everything, so we'll be good to go for tomorrow. All the cool kids hang out on live feed. Look, I went off on a tangent. I started talking about this thing, and then oh, you're the best, babe. Look at that. This is how I know she was watching. Ask and you shall receive, because she brought me a drink. We're trying to get Tommy Reek back on, and I need to get back up in the comments. Bed this early. I don't know where you're from. But we're on the East Coast here, so it's 1 a.m. This is the late show. This is late night with Conan O'Rice. You ain't hear shit, Damien. You ain't hear shit. From titty bar to bed, Tyler, huh? I think he had, maybe he brought one home. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe he's having a good night and he don't want to share. I bought one of these, but they have not shipped. Can you send me a set of, or silicone? If I have orders. Let me let him know about what's going on. Where did Tommy go? I was trying to add him. Soda bubbles from pouring the soda. See? You know, all these reviews. Can't bring Tommy Reek on camera. Now, what the fuck did Tommy do? He's out here bitching about Tyler. Now we can't get him back on camera. I really need to respond to this eBay message because it is. There's actually a heater blowing on me because it's cold out in the garage, but I knew that I was going to be hyped up and I knew I was going to be talking loud and everything else, and I wanted to smoke cigarettes. So I'll be trucking until 4:30 a.m. You're trucking. Oh, you're like over the road trucking? my family has a history of that. Fun fact of the day, that is what your boy Matt Rice joined the Army for. I was a truck driver. I was an 88 Mike. And my stepdad, who raised me, who I call my dad, he's been there, he's there for a long time. And his father and even his brother, like they were all truck drivers and shit too. A bunch of them still are. Like my grandfather's still a truck driver. He's still a truck driver. I did it for the Army. I never did it like in the regular world. Tommy said he got the booty call. He may have. Here's the deal, guys. I'm going to try and bring Tommy back on, but it says I can't bring Tommy. My deal is I'm going to bring Tommy, or try to bring Tommy back on. And if that doesn't work, I'm probably going to kid it because, whatchamacallit, because I talked about what I want to talk about. I got that out of my system. I was telling, and you guys can blame my wonderful significant other for this, because I was telling her like that I had the need, or I had the feeling and the need to do more. Like, I can talk about more stuff. There's, more topics. There's, like I just feel like I don't know why. I have this overwhelming feeling that I have to do it. I got to do more. I think part of that, a large part of that, is because so many positive things have been coming from it. There's been so much positivity and everything else that's coming from it that obviously I want that to continue on. Like I don't want to break that cycle. Like so much good shit is happening, which is crazy, because the statement I was about to make, so much good shit is happening from me opening my mouth, and usually for up to a certain point in my life, only bad things happened when I did that, when I opened my mouth. So now good things are happening, and I'm like, hell yes, we got to keep going, we got to keep rocking and rolling. I'm going to try to see if I can get Tommy one more time. Right now, my only options are my wonderful woman, Jason, and Tommy. All right, it says adding. I'm on a late night. Look, he's creeping through the house right now. I don't think class racing is killing racing. You'll have to go back and watch this from the start. I don't think it's class racing that's killing it. I meant from a perspective of fans and new fans, and why we have to add fake cheering sound effects to television, because nobody's there, because we have disappointed the fans and we ourselves have failed them by not showing them the constant action that they've been trained to and associated that goes with drag racing. Because you got to realize folks are watching it on TV, they never see any of the other shit. But the other shit they could deal with, like they could put up with it. They can put up with going to the pits, hanging out with the drivers for a little while, because the surface isn't open yet, or like they can put up with a little bit of closures and this, that, and the other. But what they can't put up with is they were there for 16 hours, spending hours driving there, getting in, getting out, everything else, and then sitting at the racetrack, watching the surface and watching, out of the 4 hours of the racing that they were promised, an hour of somebody talking on a microphone, an hour of nobody going down the track, a half hour here, I get it, 10, 15 minutes, 20, whatever, hey, and cool, because everybody needs time to go to the bathroom or grab a hot dog or whatever anyway. But they're not getting their money's worth, and these folks don't love drag racing the way that we love drag racing, where we're going to be there no matter what. Like I said, I've been going to racetrack, Cecil County. I've been going to Cecil County for years. I think Cecil County is not the first racetrack I've ever been to in my life. Funny story, my mom actually told me that when I was a very, very small child, a man that she was dating at the time, we all went to the racetrack, and apparently I absolutely hated it. But I don't know, I mean, I may have been like 5 years old at that time. So, who the hell knows? I was 5, maybe it was too loud, maybe whatever, but apparently I didn't like it. Look at me now. Now I'm like, flying across the country to go to race spots and doing fun shit and just constantly talking about racing and nonstop. I think Tommy said Tommy's on a late night booty call. He's not going to be able to make it back on. He's trying to creep through the kitchen right now. He's R. Kelly. He's trapped in the closet, just trying to get watch this podcast real quick. So, man, I don't even know. We did a special podcast. I did a special report. I feel like I got my point across. I would absolutely love to speak to other folks about it. I would love to get other insight. I think that I'm a very level-headed and level-minded individual where I can have conversations with people of opposing viewpoints and it not be, a pissing contest or anything like that. Like, I'm very open to that, and I very much encourage that and those types of conversations. So if anybody ever wants to talk about it or whatever, hop on live and do some more stuff like this, absolutely, let's do it. But for now, I think it's time for me to call this one a night, because I don't know what time I went on, but I feel like I've been on at least an hour, if not more. So there you guys go. Or the late night. Oh, and I still got to do the promo for the promo picture for Chris Rankin and Tyler being on the podcast tomorrow night. That was a thing too, because I think people don't understand. There is an absolute metric shit ton of awesome people that I've met doing this and continue to meet on a daily basis doing this. The flip side to it is that I have people from all across the country. There's a lot of folks that have a story to tell, and I want to talk to all of them. So I want to be able to, pick people from around the country and everything else and try to mix it up. And sometimes, just for communication reasons or whatever the case may be, sometimes it is up until, almost like the last minute till I have my two guests locked in, because I may be talking to 3 or 4 different people at a time, and just whoever schedule works the best, or if maybe somebody had, something that recently happened that was very interesting, or whatever the case may be. So, man, you guys are calling me out. Look, it'd have been fine if you guys didn't say anything in the comments. Nobody would have known. Everybody just would have thought they were hearing shit. Everything would have been good. You guys over here in the comments blowing my shit up. I don't race a class at my local track, so I only go up to the Test and Tune Street. They go fun nights, make money from the college kids trying to play Vin Diesel. Hey, you know what? They got to learn that lesson, and the streets will teach you some lessons. That's the other thing. You guys also got to remember that my entire life that I've lived has been very, very different than I think what a norm would be or what the norm is. Like, I was gambling in middle school. I used to shoot dice in the hallways, you know what I mean, for money. Like, I was different. I was always different. So, that's the thing. Like, I feel like me personally is a different experience, and that's why I feel like I want to, that's why I have these stories to tell, and why I want to tell them. Enjoy. Yep. Sorry, no, we're not reading that one again. Damn good time. Have a good one. I'll try and jump on tomorrow. Chris Rankin and his family are A1. Yes, I spent about a half an hour on the phone with Chris Rankin today, which is something that's becoming more and more of a habit, because as I meet more people, a lot of it is people that that I've never met before, or I've never had a conversation with before. So what I like to do is, before the podcast, I like to have a phone call. And usually we end up talking about a bunch of random shit. Some of it we talk about on the podcasts, a lot of it not. But then we get introduced, we're comfortable with each other. Like, I talked to him, and I told him at one point, I was like, look, we're like 20 minutes into our phone conversation right now. So, if that's any sign of how the podcast is going to go, you're going to be fine and everything. Because I think people also do get a little bit nervous about it and stuff. I know that not everybody, and not that it's anybody's fault, and I'm not saying that any of these guys are, but I know that folks do get nervous about getting on camera and speaking, and then you throw in the fact that it's live. Like, what you say is what you say. You can't take that back. You know what I mean? That's the the deal there. I'm a low run racer from Wisconsin, and you know what? I'd love to talk to you too, because I also think that's part of what makes the podcast that I do very fun and very great, is that I talk to all levels of people. I am a level of people, you know what I mean, myself. And, I talk to all different kinds of people in different aspects of the industry. I'm reaching out, I've had some parts manufacturers on, my buddy Byron from VS Racing, he is going to be coming on at some point. I got to look at the date. Him and I talked about a date that would work very well for him. So I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be informative. The big deal, because like I said this, and I'll say it again, Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan podcast is a huge inspiration. And what I've learned from that, actually what I'm going to do is, once I'm done with this, I'm going to put a Joe Rogan podcast on. But what I've learned from that is that it doesn't have to be a celebrity or somebody you even know, or somebody you think that would be fun to listen to. But the conversations that he has with individuals are very they're very entertaining. They're either, informative, funny, educational. Like you go through a wide range of, folks and what they talk about. Poor man racer. Look, we're all poor man racers. Like, I am at the point now where I have to buy 2.5-inch pipe to do my hot side, and I don't have any money. So what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to work out a deal with a local guy who would probably have the pipe I need, and I'm trying to do a little bit of haggling back and forth. And if he's watching this, well, then I just blew up my own spot. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be able to get a deal worked out. But that's what I'm waiting on. Like, that's legitimately what I'm waiting on to do the hot side, because I need pipe, I need V-bands, pipe, and maybe like those flex pipes, because my buddy hooked up the flange. He got the flange done. Shout out Jason, Don's Performance, my man, came through in a clutch. I appreciate you. He got that flange welded together for me. So like, there's a lot of pipe work that needs to be done. All the hot side shit, the fucking wastegate. Like we still got to do cold side. We still got to do radiator mount. We still got to do all kinds of stuff. A ton of V-bands. What size do you need? I think I need 2.5. 2.5 is what I think, because I'm going to use 2.5-inch pipe, and I think off of the truck factory LS truck manifolds, you can fit a 2.5 fits very nicely on there. So, like, because even still, I was going to do like the Chinese deal where it's like the V-band and then the two ends inside of it. I was with JJ at Berkeley Springs race, awesome time. Chris did a live feed with Doughboy and me at the end of the event, stopped at a gas station to get a hot dog, and the girl say, "Oh my God, you were just in Rankin's feed." That's dope. That's dope. I think that the internet and social media as a whole is a tool that has not been fully explored in terms of its potential of what can be done, you know what I mean, and what kind of reach you can really have. I think people think it's crazy because I'm a big nerd about my statistics, especially when it comes to social media stuff. But there's times where my numbers do the numbers of pages with 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 times the amount of likes and followers that I have. My folks are more engaged. I absolutely love it. I love these opportunities to get on here, look into questions, be able to answer them. We're bringing it, that's what, man, see, that's why I feel like this is so awesome. Like, I'm bringing Tommy Reek into your living room, into your hands, and you can sit there wherever you are and say, "Tommy Reek, what do you think about this?" And he's going to fucking tell you, we can do it. Guy down here says, "I'm building my first hot rod." Hey, shout out to that, man. You're gonna enjoy it. If I can give you any form of advice for building your first hot rod, just get from where car is right now to car running as fast as humanly possible. Because what happens is you will buy yourself in a corner, you will try to do all these grand things, you will just inevitably keep delaying yourself. Get from where the car is now to running and driving as fast as humanly possible, and then figure out the rest of the shit as it comes up. That is a huge thing. I tell people that with LS swaps all the time. And I am guilty of it myself as well. That's why I'm so hard charging on trying to get this car done, because I want to practice what I preach. But so many folks get tied up and buy themselves into a corner or whatever the issue is, and it ends up extending their project. I'm telling you, because I'm the same way. Like, you know what? I probably should do the axles right now. I probably should do all that. Man, just from here to running and driving. Because you know what? Them axles might hold up for the whole season. And you didn't delay yourself saving up the money for 6 months to, do that. Need a rack opinion for an S10? I don't know. There's folks all across the country that, and hi from Norway. Love this podcast. This isn't even in the podcast. The podcast is, well, in like 20 hours from now or whatever it is, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights. I just had to do a special live report because I was feeling so strongly about something. I started buying and selling right to help my habit, as well as work like crazy to build the small block Ford S10 shipbox. Jason's got an interesting project. It's an S10. It's a dope S10. I posted a video of it up on the Sayer Street Races page. It's a dope S10, and it's going to be small block Ford powered. I'm a Chevy guy. I love my Chevy motors very, very much, but I absolutely love the fact that this man is doing something different and going against the norm. I'm going to give him shit that it's a Ford motor, but I very much appreciate what he's doing, and I love doing something different. You have a hot side. That's not a thought. in my budget. I'll DM your address, send it to me. Yeah, hit me up. Let me know what you got. If you find anything you need for the car, holler at me. I appreciate it. So here's the deal, guys. I sell parts. So like when it comes to new parts, you know, I can get them. But my thing is like, you know, and I've said this, so I don't, there's not even a need to be embarrassed. I'm the poorest I've ever been in my life, but I'm also the happiest. So I'm finding that building this race car has not only become, you know, a labor of love, but an experience because I'm really working for it this time. You know, not that I didn't work for the, you know, the other cars that I built or whatever, but like this one I'm getting deep into, you know what I mean, like using my resources. Like I bought, you know, I asked and folks, you know, found me that T6 flange and everything in, you know, a very, very affordable way. So like I got that, and that's actually what I wanted to talk to. There's a guy, Donnie Carr, Street Car Fabrication, and I'm not gonna blurt this whole thing out because I wanted to talk to him about it first, but they make some killer fucking flanges, but they do not make them for people that do the kind of junkyard builds that I do. Like they're beautiful flanges, they are awesome, but they are not, you know, they're fucking expensive. They're top quality, absolutely, but they're fucking expensive. So, need a rack opinion for an S10 haters. People, that's what got me. Linda, what's up from Norway? If Linda's in here and watching from Norway, that would be absolutely mind-blowingly incredible to have folks in other countries. Fun fact for the day, for those of you guys that didn't hear it, I was born in Poland. I didn't move to America until I was like 4 or 5 or something like that. I can never be president because I got my citizenship as a kid. I was not an American citizen. So, because Tommy Reek said something earlier about me for president, I'm like, well, I can't be president, bud. Kind of sucks. They wrote that one in the fucking Constitution or wherever they put it. You know, gotta be born in America. Linda, hi from Norway. Linda, you guys gotta hook it up. We gotta figure out some kind of way. I want to see if there's some kind of way to send you a sticker or something. Because I can't probably ship anything that's of any size, because it'll probably cost me an arm and a leg. But if I can find a way to get you guys a sticker or something, DNR sticker or something out there in Norway, that would be awesome. So that's about it, guys. I could probably sit here, rattle on all night. I'm sure people are still watching, so I'm sure that some folks would enjoy that. But I do need to go ahead. Like I said, I got to make that promo thing and update the stuff for the whatchamacallit, for the podcast tomorrow. And what y'all think? I have an LS swapped 95 Impala SS. I have an S484 turbo that I'm getting ready to install. S484, is that the to send some fan stuff to South Africa? That's dope too. Yeah, good luck with the build. What's up, Alliance, Ohio? Where you guys from? Sound off in the comments. Turbo ready to install. Should I keep the S484 or go twins, or should I say fuck it and get to do both? Whoa there. Think about Buddy Soccer Pod had the best of worlds, both worlds. What do you think? S484 sounds. I think that the only people that call it the S484, and I could be wrong about this, Damien, is the Forced Inductions shit. I keep hearing a guy's name, Jose, from Forced Inductions. I hear fantastic things, but I'm a VS racing dealer. I'm one of, if not the largest VS racing dealer in the country. So that's what I rock and deal with. Have an S44, you're getting ready to install. I think it's about your goals and how you want to use the car and everything else. Because what I tell folks all the time is it really is about your goals. And if your goal is just horsepower as in form of a number, number one, I think you have the wrong goal. But you know, then going with a big single makes sense because you could really make that, you know, that large power number once you get it spooled up. If you're doing drag racing, I know a lot of folks use a single turbo, you know, and you got a two-step and you got to step up on it. And actually, if Billy's on here, Billy would be a great fucking person to talk about this, because Billy's truck is twin turbo, I believe, if I remember correctly. And so, but the thing is, it's all about what your plans and intent for the use of it are. What I would tell you is I would give you the same advice that I just gave out before. Get from car where it is now to car finished as fast as humanly possible. If it's the wrong turbo and you need to go twins, figure that out after you have some fun with that bitch first. That would be, I think, my best advice. Man, check out all the people commenting in here. We got Alliance, Ohio. Hey, Linda from Memphis, Wisconsin, Vegas, correct. Oh, so I think I was correct about the Jose Forced Inductions thing. Newton, Illinois. A shout out from the dining room. She refuses to come out here and join me, but she's watching in the dining room. Hey, Linda from Oklahoma. Who is, whatchamacallit? Oh, Linda is from Norway. That's why everybody's saying, hey, Linda. So, yeah, Linda's from Norway. She's tuning in. Small town, Bismarck, North Dakota. Love the videos. Going to have to get myself some stickers and a shirt soon. That would be awesome. I'm actually waiting the arrival of my stickers, which I'm hoping should be here soon. We do have some shirts right now, but I do not have any stickers. New York, yes. Mallory's a hoot. She's wild. I've been looking at VS Racing as I want to use your wastegates and blow off valve. My goal is eventually to run high nines. I'm not sure because I don't know about what the what that car weighs, what that Impala weighs. I'd imagine it's pretty heavy. S484. You never told me what motor size it was, and I think that's going to make a part of the difference as well. But I think that using an S484, if done, properly, making some decent power, having some fueling, running a 9 is not something that's absurd, or high 9 is not something that's absurd or unachievable. That's kind of the same goal that I have with the Mustang. My buddy the other day told me he would slap me in the face if I didn't run an 8 with the fucking thing, and I said, "You're putting too much pressure on me, bud." And he's like, "But with the power and the weight, and it's a Mustang, you can, if you're not running an 8, throw it the fuck away." And I was like, "Bud, I just want to run a 9." But I have a good, if the power ends up where I want it at, which I think is a very reasonable, modest, 700 to the tire, even a little less, and with the weight of it and everything else, it's pure gutted race car. There's nothing in it. I should be able to run a 9. Fairly simply. And I think that you would be, at a weight disadvantage, but it's not something that's completely unachievable as well, because it's not just about the power and the weight too. I mean, you can mile per hour out the back door and really, really move some fast times. California out there, South Wilmington, Illinois is the original Jacksonville, Florida. You can do it. Yeah, folks saying, yeah, you can definitely do it. You can definitely run the 9 on that kind of setup. The problem is that everybody, and I'm going to say it again, but everybody is going to tell you a different way or a different thing to do, or this, that, and the other. Point A, where the car is now, to running and driving as fast as humanly possible. Don't get caught up on the details. Don't get caught up about, I need this to run a 9. No, you need the bitch to run. You need to get it to the track and go A to B in the thing, and then you'll find what what it is that you need to do and how you need to change it up. Old school 406 and an S10 running a tunnel ram and a 660 Holley center squirters. I don't. Here's another thing. I know shit about carburetors. I know absolutely nothing about them. I often, I've been quoted as saying I change fueling with a keyboard, not a screwdriver. So, but that's just how I do. I was thinking about getting a Shafirov 598. What do you guys think about Shafirov motors? I am not the fucking guy to ask that. I've never even heard of Shafirov. I don't even know what that is. So it may be something local to you. I don't know. 598 is a big fucking motor. What are you putting it in? I have an LS1 in it. I have an LS6 in my V, and I have a 6.0 bare block in the garage as well. Yeah, it's 4280 with me in it. Holy shit, you are at a terrible weight disadvantage from just about anything you're going to line up next to at the racetrack or on the street or whatever. I mean, Sonia says she loves Shafirov, which I believe is the correct way of saying it, motors. Oh, you got a 55 Bel Air? Okay, so you're like, you're like my buddy, Tommy Reek. I think his is 57. My buddy with the belly, that's the one that we take to Cecil County every year, run 850 with. I believe that's a 55. So somebody says they're good motors. Yeah, you're building your first hot rod. See, that's the funny thing too, is I forget sometimes that the folks that I'm used to talking about or talking to, because of the parts that I sell what in my opinion is very affordable race car parts for the budget-minded enthusiast. So what I forget is that when people tell me like they're, building their first hot rod, I'm like, oh, so you're doing a junkyard 5.3 with a single turbo and putting it in an 80 shitbox. But then I forget, like, oh shit, there's other people in the world that like do way different. I forget that we don't just all do this setup. Like people use big blocks, small blocks, Ford motors, like V6s. Everybody does everything else. So big block power, fear off. All right. Well, look, guys. I've been talking about getting off here. Love the 55 Chevrolet American Graffiti. Definitely shout out to the old school. I'm a big appreciator of old school things. I have to go make this damn thing for the podcast tomorrow. So yeah, it's a lane yacht. Yeah. So then definitely just put that bitch together as fast as you can because you're gonna be fighting weight. I know a guy who had a very heavy, like 4,000 plus. Actually, I know a few people that have like 4,000 plus CTSVs, and it took them a lot, I feel like, to get to that 9-second deal, because the motherfuckers are so damn heavy. And what I mean by that is, like, you can grab a Mustang and run the 9 on your setup because you're, 1,200 pounds lighter. It's not that I need sleep. I need to go do work. Like, you guys might need sleep. I need to go do more work. I got to be up till 3 a.m. doing something. I don't know, listening to Joe Rogan podcast. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for taking this special edition off schedule podcast and enjoying it and running with it. I very much appreciate that. Very much appreciate you guys making the comments and absolutely everything. It is absolutely critical that we have the comments, the likes, the people being engaged and active in what it is we do every day. I'm going to get out of here, smoke this cigarette, and go do this work I got to do. I appreciate it, guys.